What does it truly mean to rise from the depths of personal tragedy to the pinnacle of global influence? For Marvin Sapp, a man whose voice has become a literal sanctuary for millions, the answer lies in a life defined by unwavering faith and staggering success. With an estimated net worth of $4 million and a mantle overflowing with 24 stellar awards and numerous Grammy nominations, he is far more than just a singer. He is a cultural titan and a spiritual lighthouse. But beyond the soaring high notes and the sold-out arenas, how does this icon of gospel music actually live? From multi-million-dollar estates to a garage filled with automotive masterpieces, we are pulling back the curtain on the extraordinary world of the bishop. Are you ready to see the rewards of a life spent in service to the soul? Early life and hardship. The story of Marvin Sapp begins in the heart of Grand Rapids, Michigan, a city known for its industrious spirit and deep-rooted religious communities. Growing up in the late 1960s and 70s, the atmosphere was one of profound transition. For a young boy with a gift that could shake the rafters of any church, the world offered two very different paths. While his family provided a foundation of faith, the streets of Grand Rapids presented their own set of temptations. Marvin was not always the saintly figure we see today. In his youth, he struggled with the pressures of his environment, briefly finding himself caught in the cycle of peer-influenced rebellion that involved substance experimentation and a lack of direction. However, the influence of his family, particularly his parents, acted as a spiritual compass that refused to let him stay lost. His mother, a woman of indomitable strength, recognized that her son's voice was not just a talent, but a calling. She instilled in him the idea that his life was not his own to waste. Even in the face of financial scarcity, the kind that makes every meal a blessing and every new pair of shoes a miracle, the Sapp household was rich in purpose. These early years were a masterclass in resilience. He learned that hardship was not a wall, but a furnace designed to refine the gold within him. The struggle was real and often painful. Growing up in a society where young black men were frequently marginalized, Marvin had to fight for his identity. He faced the bitter sting of low expectations from the world around him, yet he carried a secret weapon, an internal melody that refused to be silenced. This period of his life was marked by a constant tug-of-war between the secular allure of the world and the sacred pull of the pulpit. Every obstacle he overcame during these formative years, from the social injustices of the era to his own internal battles, served to deepen the emotional well from which he would later draw his legendary music. Before the world knew him as a solo superstar, he was a student of the struggle. He attended Ainan Bible College, but the path was never linear. The challenges he faced weren't just external. They were deeply personal questions about worth and destiny. It was this specific blend of Michigan grit and divine grace that prepared him for the monumental platform he was about to occupy. As we move from the humble beginnings of a boy in Grand Rapids to the global stage, we see how every tear shed in those early days became a seed for the abundance he enjoys today. Career journey. The transition from a talented local singer to a household name began in earnest in the early 1990s. The world first truly took notice when Marvin Sapp joined the legendary gospel group Commissioned. Replacing Keith Staton, he stepped into a role that required not just vocal range, but a spiritual maturity that surpassed his years. Alongside icons like Fred Hammond, Marvin contributed to some of the group's most influential work, appearing on albums like No. 7 and Matters of the Heart. This was his training ground, the place where he learned the intricacies of the industry and the power of collective worship. However, the divine plan for Marvin Sapp required him to step out from the shadows of a group and into the spotlight of a solo career. In 1996, he launched his self-titled debut album, marking the beginning of an era that would redefine gospel music for the 21st century. But it wasn't an overnight success. It took years of consistent labor, multiple album releases like Grace, and Mercy and I Believe, and an unwavering commitment to his ministry. He was building more than a career. He was building a legacy. Everything changed in 2007 with the release of the album Thirsty. At the center of this project was a song that would become a global phenomenon. Never Would Have Made It. The song was birthed from the rawest form of grief, written just 1 week after the passing of his father. That honesty resonated across the world, crossing over from gospel charts to mainstream R&B and pop. The track spent a record-breaking 46 weeks at the top of the gospel radio charts and earned Marvin immense recognition. The financial rewards followed the cultural impact as the album was certified gold, a rare feat in the genre. This success opened doors that few gospel artists had ever walked through. He became the all-time highest-charting gospel artist in the history of the Billboard charts at that time with his follow-up album, Here I Am. His career was no longer just about music, it was about influence. He founded the Lighthouse Full Life Center Church, becoming a bishop and a shepherd to thousands. The awards, 12 Grammy nominations, 24 Stellar Awards, and 2 BET Awards, served as milestones for a career that had transcended the four walls of the church. Marvin Sapp's journey is a testament to the power of timing and testimony. He didn't just sing about faith, he lived it through the highest peaks of fame and the deepest valleys of loss. Today, he stands as a beacon of what is possible when preparation meets a divine moment. With his music still dominating the airwaves and his ministry expanding into new territories, the momentum of his career shows no signs of slowing down. But as his public profile grew to monumental proportions, so too did his ability to curate a life of absolute luxury. Real estates. The Michigan Masterpiece. $2,200,000. The most valuable jewel in Marvin Sapp's real estate portfolio is a sprawling estate located in the prestigious outskirts of his hometown, Grand Rapids. This residence serves as a monumental tribute to his roots, representing the ultimate success story of a local boy done good. Upon entering the home, guests are greeted by a grand foyer that defies imagination. The flooring is composed of hand-selected, oversized slabs of polished stone, each one featuring intricate, natural veining that creates a sense of organic luxury. The ceiling height in this entryway is soaring, allowing for a massive, custom-designed light fixture that casts a soft, ambient glow across the entire space. Moving deeper into the home, the primary living area is a masterclass in open-concept design. The walls are finished with a sophisticated plaster technique that gives them a subtle, tactile depth. The centerpiece of this room is a fireplace carved from a single block of dark, matte-finished masonry reaching from the floor to the vaulted ceiling. Large, expansive windows wrap around the room, inviting the changing Michigan seasons to become a part of the internal decor. The transition between the indoor living space and the outdoor oasis is seamless, designed for high-level entertaining and personal reflection alike. The culinary center of this estate is a dream for any professional chef. It features dual islands topped with thick, waterfall-edged surfaces that are as durable as they are beautiful. The cabinetry is custom-made from high-grade wood, featuring a grain pattern that flows continuously from one door to the next. The bathrooms in this Michigan manor are akin to world-class spas. The primary suite features a soaking tub carved from solid stone, positioned perfectly to provide a view of the private landscape while maintaining absolute privacy. Stepping outside, the estate reveals its crown jewel, a massive outdoor pool. The pool is designed with a modern rectangular silhouette and features an integrated tanning ledge. The surrounding patio is composed of heat-resistant stone, ensuring comfort even on the warmest summer days. An adjacent outdoor kitchen and lounge area, complete with a secondary fire feature, makes this the ultimate venue for summer gatherings. The entire outdoor space is shielded by mature, lush greenery, creating a private sanctuary that feels worlds away from the public eye. The Texas Sanctuary, $1,400,000. Located in the serene area of Red Oak, Texas, this estate is the bishop's primary residence and a symbol of his current chapter as the leader of the Chosen Vessel Church. This home is characterized by its grand proportions and a design language that emphasizes light and air. The interior flow is centered around a massive central gallery that connects the various wings of the house. The flooring throughout the main level is a high-polished hardwood arranged in a sophisticated pattern that draws the eye toward the primary windows. The kitchen in this Texas residence is designed for the modern family. It features a massive central island that serves as a hub for both meal preparation and casual conversation. The surfaces are a stunning, durable composite that mimics the look of rare earth minerals. A professional-grade range stands as the focal point, framed by a custom-built ventilation hood that is a work of art in its own right. The walk-in pantry is organized with a level of precision that would satisfy the most discerning homeowner, ensuring that everything needed for a grand feast is always at hand. The primary bedroom suite is a vast retreat designed for absolute rest. It features a separate sitting area where the bishop can engage in daily study and prayer. The windows are strategically placed to capture the golden Texas sunsets, filling the room with a warm, natural radiance. The transition to the ensuite bathroom reveals a space dominated by light. Dual vanities are separated by a large, frameless glass shower that features intricate tile work on the floor and walls. The use of premium plumbing fixtures adds a layer of refined elegance to the daily routine. The outdoor living area of the Texas Sanctuary is perfectly suited for the climate. It features a spectacular outdoor pool with a dark bottom that creates a mirror-like surface, reflecting the expansive Texas sky. The pool includes a built-in spa and a cascading water feature that provides a soothing soundtrack to the outdoor experience. The surrounding deck offers multiple levels for lounging, all designed to facilitate a life lived both indoors and out. The privacy provided by the surrounding landscape ensures that the bishop and his family can enjoy their time together in total peace. The Southern Haven, $850,000. The third property in the bishop's impressive collection is a sophisticated retreat located in a quiet, upscale community. While perhaps the most modest in price, it lacks nothing in terms of luxury and thoughtful design. This home is defined by its clean lines and a focus on high-quality materials. The foyer opens into a bright, airy space where the ceiling is punctuated by exposed structural beams that add a touch of architectural interest to the modern interior. The heart of the home is a kitchen that prioritizes efficiency without sacrificing style. It features high-gloss cabinetry and integrated lighting that highlights the stunning textures of the backsplash. The countertops are a light-colored, heat-resistant material that provides a perfect contrast to the rich wood tones of the flooring. A central island provides ample workspace, while a nearby dining nook is surrounded by windows, offering a tranquil view of the private gardens. The living areas are designed for versatility. The main lounge features a floor-to-ceiling fireplace clad in a textured stone that serves as the room's primary focal point. The layout encourages conversation and relaxation, with a focus on comfortable, high-end furnishings that invite one to linger. The guest suites in this home are equally well appointed, each offering a private, well-designed bathroom that ensures visitors feel as though they are staying in a five-star hotel. Outside, the property continues to impress with a beautifully designed outdoor pool. This pool features a unique, curved design that contrasts with the linear architecture of the house. A shallow lounge area allows for relaxing in the water, while the deep end is perfect for swimming laps. The poolside patio is made of natural stone and is surrounded by meticulously maintained landscaping that provides both beauty and a natural barrier from the outside world. This property serves as the perfect getaway, offering a different but equally luxurious perspective on the bishop's elevated lifestyle. As breathtaking as these estates are, the bishop's eye for excellence isn't just limited to the foundations of his homes. It extends all the way to the high-powered masterpieces in his garage. Car collection. For a man of Marvin Sapp's stature, his choice of transportation is more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It is a statement of success and a reflection of a life that values excellence. His garage is home to 3 distinct vehicles that perfectly align with his role as a global leader and a man of discerning taste. The undisputed king of the collection is a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a vehicle that commands respect from the moment it appears. Valued at approximately $400,000, this SUV represents the pinnacle of automotive craftsmanship. For the bishop, the Cullinan is not about flashiness, but about the unparalleled serenity it provides. The interior is a cocoon of luxury, featuring the finest leathers and real wood veneers that are hand-polished to a mirror shine. The ride quality is legendary, often described as a magic carpet ride, which allows the bishop to transition from a hectic day of ministry to a moment of private reflection while on the road. The sheer presence of this vehicle, with its iconic grille and effortless power, makes it the perfect match for a man who has conquered the gospel world. Next in the lineup is the epitome of European sophistication, a Bentley Mulsanne with a value of around $300,000. This car tells a story of tradition and timeless elegance. The Mulsanne is a driver's car as much as it is a passenger's car, offering a level of tactile feedback and mechanical precision that is rare in the modern era. Inside, the attention to detail is staggering. Every stitch in the leather and every knob on the dashboard is designed to feel substantial and permanent. It is a vehicle that feels as much like a heritage estate as it does a car. For Marvin Sapp, the Bentley serves as the ideal choice for formal engagements and high-profile events, providing a level of grace that perfectly mirrors his public persona. Rounding out the collection is a vehicle that speaks to the practical needs of a man who is constantly on the move, a Cadillac Escalade ESV valued at approximately $110,000. The Escalade is the quintessential American luxury SUV, offering the space and security required for a busy bishop and his family. This isn't just any SUV, it is a fortress on wheels. The ESV model provides an extended wheelbase, ensuring that there is plenty of room for security detail or church leaders when traveling together. The interior is packed with modern technology, from a massive OLED display to a world-class sound system that allows the bishop to review his latest recordings in studio-quality clarity. It is a workhorse that happens to be draped in luxury, proving that you don't have to sacrifice comfort for capability. But beyond the gleaming chrome of his cars and the sprawling halls of his mansions, there is a man whose heart has been tested by fire, family, and the heavy price of fame. Personal life. Behind the bishop's public accolades lies a personal life that has been defined by both profound love and immense trial. For many years, the rock of Marvin's world was his wife, Melinda Sapp. A partner in both life and ministry, Melinda served as the administrative pastor of their church and was the inspiration behind much of his work. Her tragic passing in 2010 from colon cancer was a moment that stopped the gospel world in its tracks. Marvin's journey as a widower became a public testimony of grief and faith as he dedicated himself to raising their 3 children, Marvin II, Michaela, and Madison, as a single father. His commitment to his children has always been his highest priority, and seeing them grow into successful adults has been his greatest achievement. However, the year 26 brought a beautiful new chapter to the bishop's story. After 15 years of focusing on his children and his calling, Marvin Sapp found love again. He married Dr. Laboris Cole on March 20th, 26, in an intimate ceremony at his church, the Chosen Vessel. This union was celebrated as a new season for the bishop, a restoration of the companionship he had long set aside for the sake of his family. The wedding was a grand affair, reflecting the couple's joy and their shared commitment to a future of joint ministry. But as with any figure of his level of fame, the spotlight can also bring scrutiny. Following their lavish wedding, which reportedly included a helicopter entrance and intricate floral arrangements, the couple faced a wave of online criticism. Some questioned the extravagance of the celebration, with unfounded rumors circulating that church funds were used to pay for the event. Both Marvin and Dr. Cole addressed these allegations head-on, with Dr. Cole publicly clarifying that the church did not fund their wedding. They emphasized their financial independence, built through decades of hard work and multiple streams of income, framing their prosperity as a testimony of God's blessing rather than a misuse of resources. Through it all, Marvin Sapp's life remains deeply rooted in his community. He is not a man who lives in an ivory tower. He is a bishop who is in the trenches with his congregation every Sunday. His involvement with various charitable organizations and his role as a mentor to the next generation of gospel artists show a man who understands that true wealth is measured by what you give back. His personal life, with its triumphs and its controversies, is a mirror of his work. It is honest, it is resilient, and it is ultimately a story of grace. He continues to prove that while the world may judge the exterior, it is the strength of the spirit and the depth of family ties that truly define a life well lived. From the humble streets of Grand Rapids to the luxury estates of Texas and Michigan, the journey of Marvin Sapp is a powerful reminder that faith and excellence go hand in hand. He has built a life that reflects the greatness of the God he serves, showing us that it is possible to be both a spiritual leader and a man of refined taste. His homes, his cars, and his global career are the tangible rewards of a life spent never would have made it without divine intervention. If you found this look into the bishop's lifestyle inspiring, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to The Celeb Insider for more deep dives into the lives of your favorite icons. What part of Marvin Sapp's journey resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, check out our other videos on the legends of the industry. We'll see you in the next one.